Today in Fashion Guide, gray concrete walls and street music. A concept exhibition, Fashion Art Market, was held in Almaty. Fashion Week in Moscow. Let's get to know the collection that opens the fashion shows. Having a catwalk urge? Show your health certificate first. France is likely to pass a bill banning super skinny models. Video lookbook of a young Kazakh designer, Roxana Adilbekova, and new fashion videos from Russian and Ukrainian designers. Watch it now. Fashion is not always just luxury and extravagance. This, it seems, of the organizers of another concept ground, Fashion Art Market. Kazakhstan's most prominent designers and invited foreign couturiers took part in the shows. Interestingly enough, it is not just collections that catch the attention of the audience. The venue itself raises the public's eyebrows. Vast, unfinished premises, all concrete walls, and semi-basement lighting. Authors of the idea insist that it's not chosen to cut their expensive. The concept is all that matters. Many women and girls think that designer clothes are too expensive to wear, that they can't afford to be fashionable like cover girls. I'll tell you, they are wrong. We launched a project to show them how they can mix things and be trendy, and they can do it in Kazakhstan. This unusual fashion celebration was held in a chilled-out party ambiance with a DJ and street music. Designers, too, showed clothes that matched the event's relaxed mood. For example, Olga Stan, who normally makes clothes under her name for elegant and respectable women, presented a new collection under a brand name of Endorphin, which she develops with her daughter. We create things for free people, for confident people. I mean, we make things for men, women, and children. Right now, we have a kids collection. It's a conceptual collection. Kids will have many options to choose from. We're in the Endorphin now, and it's very diverse, as you can see. Grunge and a little bit of glamour. The event's concept represents a sort of fashion bazaar. The designers crack jokes that they are here on one condition, to give discounts to the customers. Because fashion must be affordable, not just extravagant and expensive. Moscow Fashion Week breaks its rules. For several years now, it started with the show of Valentin Yudashkin, Russia's fashion guru. However, this year it was opened by designer Vasiron Romadze. Nevertheless, he did well. The designer presented a black and white collection of inflated coats with accessories that matched Russian climate. For example, elbow-long gloves. Fur-edged Hawaiianas will serve as footwear for Moscowites. At this time, I am even happy to belong to the list of Russian designers. Designers of Russia. Yes, because completely recently, 2 or 3 years ago, it's already in theory conspicuous that people want, love and wear clothes from Russian designers. That's why there's probably more individuality here. In the West, they have their place, and we have our place.
Поэтому, наверное, больше здесь, я бы сказал, что все очень индивидуально.
The designer's cocktail dresses are known for their asymmetric shape and abundance of fringes. He names the destruction of traditional proportions among the goals of his brand, which he classifies under the category of intellectual haute couture. Obviously, not everyone was able to appreciate it. The audience got mixed feelings about the show. Well, this is not really good. Honestly, they've had better stuff. Actually, I love this designer, but this collection, I like it. It's nice, very different from the previous ones. 2 Kazakh designers took part in the Moscow Fashion Week. Founder of the Thaw brand, Roxana Adilbekova, and Kamila Kurbani, who arrived to the event for the second time. We will tell you about their success and achievements in our next program. The French are concerned with excessive thinness of fashion models. France's government is likely to back a bill banning thinness propaganda in fashion industry and showing overly skinny fashion models, a measure criticized by modeling agencies but supported by the public. Socialite lawmakers Olivier Varane, who wrote the amendments, suggests that the excessively thin models be banned from work. The new law is to protect both models and their female admirers from anorexia. We noticed that the average weight of models in France is lower day after day, in France and elsewhere in many foreign countries, and often the models are subject to considerable pressure from the agencies and designers to lose more and more weight. You just need to see the images in the last fashion shows. According to the draft law, models would have to present a medical certificate showing a body mass index of at least 18, about 55 kgs for a height of 1.75 meters, before being hired for a job. In the bill, I suggest that from now on, a model must go through a medical visit before she is hired, which would evaluate the body mass index, the BMI, which is calculated by dividing the weight over the height square, and this index is used by the World Health Organization to determine if someone is undernourished or even in the state of famine. And I suggest that the medical certificate for workability cannot be delivered to people who are undernourished and who therefore are putting their life and health in danger. The law would enforce regular weight checks and fines up to 75,000 euros for any breaches, with up to 6 months in jail for staff involvement. But Sylvie Fabregon, the director of a modeling agency specialized in plus-size models, said the problem was not about catwalk models, who are naturally thin, but in retouched photos shown in magazines. Girls will have more complexes when looking at magazines. In magazines, all pictures are retouched. It would be better to tell young girls, be careful, magazines are not real life. When models wake up in the morning, they also have bags under their eyes. They have cellulite, even if they are thin. Pictures are retouched. The bill's amendment also proposes penalties for anything made public that could be seen as encouraging extreme thinness, in particular in the media. On the streets of Paris, women welcomed the bill. In the fashion industry, they are pushed too much. All they want to be is thin as possible, but I don't think it's a good way of thinking or way of seeing things. Yes, indeed, it should be supervised. One can risk one's life just to confirm that the fashion diktat. I think it has to be supervised, to see on podiums women a bit more like average women. A young Kazakh designer, founder of the thaw brand Roxana Adilbekova, has a successful show of her new collection during the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week in Russia and Moscow. The fashion art of this young girl is known well beyond borders of her native Kazakhstan. People in New York, London, and Moscow wear her clothes. In Kazakhstan, Roxana had a show of a video lookbook of her The Thaw capsule collection that is available for sale in designers' showroom. The collection was made for young people, sweatshirts, jackets, and hooded coats made of modern fabrics with prints that long became signature marks of Roxana Adilbekova's clothing and the Thaw brand. A Ukrainian designer, Anatol Belinsky, filmed a provocative video about Ukraine's fashion industry. In fact, his fashion film is a video campaign that supports the designer's new fall-winter 2015 and 16 collection. In the video, young people in clothes from his new collection roam the city bazaar, choosing what they like and then finally celebrating the day. The model's action is accompanied by the video slogans appearing on the screen. The film closes with a poor but cool slogan that can be applied to many designers who start their business from scratch. Lacking money or support at starting point, but enthusiastic and full of new ideas, step by step, they walk along their path to success. A Russian brand, Tigin, promotes its new fall-winter collection with the video by the director Olga Dikovichnaya, filmed by DOP Vladimir Mishakov. A popular Russian film actress, Ekaterina Vilkova, who stars in the video, is also the face of this brand's collection. Calmness and enigma of a modern urban girl who wears Tigin, both for a social occasion and for a mystery adventure deep in the asphalt jungle of this big city, pervades the video. The brand's clothing is minimalistic, perfectly cut, and is accompanied by geometric prints. That's all for today. Don't miss the next fashion and style news block in the Fashion Guide program at Kazakh TV. As always, this very time.